I don't have the best physique in the world, but I'm definitely bigger than this guy right here, which I was 5 years ago. And in this video, I'm gonna go over how you can actually start gaining muscle fast for any skinny guy. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Marius and I help skinny young men to go from the skinny to muscular body transformation. So click the subscribe button and turn on the notifications because it's a win-win for you and me. And let's go, let's do this. Step number one, I want to talk about a few benefits first, right? Before I'm going to tell you everything that you need to do, I'm going to talk about some benefits. And here I've listed some of the mental and physical benefits, but there are definitely more. So the first one is going to be, of course, to fill out those shorts, the shorts and shirts as well, right? Bulking up is going to definitely help you be more confident and filling out those shirts, because I want you to imagine right now, you definitely have a shirt or a t-shirt right now where that you don't feel very comfortable wearing, right? Maybe you have a lot of baggy clothes and all that stuff because you simply cannot wear muscle fit shirts or t-shirts because it makes you look very, very skinny. So you don't want to highlight that. Now that problem is going to disappear because you're going to be able to buy muscle fit clothes, and that's going to highlight your shoulders, your V-taper, your arms and all that stuff. So that's definitely a very good benefit and the bonus from bulking up and building more muscle. Next is going to be huge boost in confidence in all scenarios of your daily life, right? So here we're talking about from going to the store, doing the basic stuff that you need to do every single day, to going to school or to university or to your job, talking to random people outside or doing whatever daily task that you need to do. Your confidence is going to 10x in all of those situations, right? Which is a really nice bonus. You're going to feel better about yourself because you're going to prove to yourself that you can achieve something and you can stick to something for a longer period of time and you can actually make progress. And then you're going to look better than majority of men that you see outside, right? So if you're going to go outside right now and you're going to take a look at all the men that are in their, let's say, 20 to 30s, they look pretty average, right? So you're going to feel better and definitely look better than all of those guys. Next, let's talk about how can we achieve this, all right? So let's talk about resistance training. First, you need to do some resistance training through lifting weights or body weight workouts, right? And here's my recommendation for you. Just choose lifting weights because it's easier for most people. For most people, let's say a complete beginner, it's very, very easy to start lifting weights. You have machines, you have very light weights that you can start. Of course, in the calisthenics, you still have some very easy variations, right, that you can start with. I'm not saying calisthenics doesn't work. I'm just saying, in my opinion, for a complete beginner, lifting weights, going to the gym is going to be much easier, right? Especially if, let's say, you are skinny fat or overweight, right? That's going to make it harder for you to start calisthenics. But since we are talking about bulking up and this channel is pretty much for all skinny guys, then yeah, I would say it's still easier for you to start lifting weights. I would say start with more machines at first to build that mind-muscle connection, right? And when you feel ready, still do some free weights, but then start to implement more free weights, right? That's going to be it. Some people say start with free weights, just do a combination of both, right? You cannot go wrong with this. But if you want calisthenics, you can still do, but I cannot teach you pretty much a lot of stuff in the calisthenics because I didn't do a lot of calisthenics, so I cannot teach you that. Next important thing that is going to skyrocket your progress is going to be to train the key muscles. And here, for the skinny guys, we're talking about the arms because are the most visible in pretty much all the situations. Shoulders, because these are going to emphasize the V-taper in any kind of clothes that you're going to wear, especially t-shirts, is going to improve your overall look, right? Because it's going to make a broader view right here. Then the chest, of course, it's a big one, especially if you can build a big chest. And these are the pretty much the key muscles that I would say you need to focus on as a complete skinny guy. Back is another one, especially the lats, but arms, shoulders, and chest, I think are your number one priority right now, especially arms. Okay, so right now, I'm gonna give you some more tips for your resistance training. So assuming you start going to the gym, right? So start with good technique. This is very, very important. This is the foundation, and you need to make it very, very solid. Now, here's the thing. What does good technique means? If I tell you to do one bicep curl and you do one set, and after that set you tell me, yeah, I don't really feel my biceps working. Is that good technique or not? You're probably going to say not, and you're correct, right? So good technique means that whatever you're doing in the exercise, you feel the muscle, the target muscle that you want to train working, right? You should feel some burning sensation. The muscle should feel fatigued and pumped, right? So start improving your technique, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Next important point, you need to do progressive overload, right? You need to give a reason for your body to grow those muscles. So doing progressive overload, you're going to force the muscles to grow. And this basically means to make it harder. And here are my 3 main ways that I use progressive overload, and that are going to basically, you can stick with these for years and years and years, and you're going to make insane progress. So first, I would say add 1 to 2 reps with the same weight, the same sets from week to week. Then sometimes you can start adding weight. You can start adding about 2 kilograms from week to week, and then you keep the reps and sets the same. Or you're going to hit a time where you cannot add reps, you cannot add weights. So at that point, what I want you to do is to work on your technique, because improving your technique, by improving your technique, you're going to improve the stimulus that you're giving to that muscle, because good technique means that you are training the muscle that you want to train. So that means working on technique, it's still very good improvement. So how to improve your technique? Just try to train slower, deeper, go to deep stretches and slow, and in the same time have a strict form. Don't break the form as much. So you probably know the lateral raises, right? The ones where you bring the arms like this for the lateral part of the shoulders. Now, you're going to see people training starting with good technique at first, good form, strict form. So basically from this, like just like this, doing this. And then towards the end of the set, they're going to start to swing. That's breaking the form. That's not having a strict form. I want you to try to keep that strict form as much as you can. So that are going to be the 3 main pillars on working on your technique and improving your technique. And a pro tip here, if you do not have a solid technique, everything else is useless. Because let's come back to the very basics. What does good technique even means? Targeting and feeling the muscle that you are training. If you don't have good technique, you are not training the muscle that you want to grow. Therefore, that muscle doesn't receive a stimulant to grow. Therefore, you can do progressive overload, you can do whatever technique that you want, or form, or exercise, or progressive overload, or training that muscle every single day. That's useless if your technique is not good, if you're not training that muscle. So you can see this is the very basics, the foundation. You need a solid, you need to make this solid, right? And if you're willing to learn more and you're very serious about this, the first link in the description is my program. I've put the link there if you want to join. You can find more information in there, right? There are a couple of guys who already joined and they are very happy about it. So you can have all the information there if you consider joining. First link in the description. Now, let's go over a sample program. And because I know the bro split is a very common one and a very popular one, and a lot of people say that bro split is not very optimal, which is not very optimal, But let's say you want to still keep the bro split. So I said, okay, let's make these guys a modified bro split. So in this program, we're going to optimize the key muscles, right? These muscles, arms, shoulders, and chest. So by still training bro split. So day 1 is going to be back, biceps, and triceps. Day 2, we're going to do legs, shoulders. Day 3, you're going to do chest. Day 4, you're going to do shoulders and back. And day 5, you're going to do arms and chest. So you can see we're training shoulders twice per week, day 2 and day 4. We're training chest 2 times per week, day 3 and day 5. Arms 2 times per week, day 5 and day 1. And still back 2 times a week, day 1 and day 4. And legs only once a day. That's it. So this can be your program if you want to do bro split, right? And there are multiple programs that you can do if you want to train 2 days or 3 days or 4 days or 6 days, whatever you want to do. Now let's talk about the bulking, right? Because this is the most, I would say the most area where skinny guys, us skinny guys have a lot of problems here. So you need to eat in a surplus in order to gain weight. There is no way for you going from 150 pounds to 180 pounds by not eating in a surplus. So you need to eat in a surplus in order to make that happen, in order to add 30 pounds to your body, whether that is muscle or fat or a combination of those. You need to eat in a surplus. Now, good to know that gaining 10 pounds in 3 months is very doable, right? You can definitely achieve that. Gaining 10 pounds in 3 months. Of course, that's going to be fat and water and muscle, a combination of those. But you're gaining 10 pounds. You're 10 pounds heavier, bigger. You're going to fill out those shirts, right? It's better. Then I would say start with a good pace of gaining, and that's going to be 0.5 pounds per week. So half a pound per week from week to week. That's going to be your starting point. If you can start gaining half a pound per week from one week to another, that's the best that you can do. Do not try to gain more than that, because that's going to simply add more fat to your body, not muscle. So half a pound from week to week. And here are more tips that you can do. Try to incorporate in your meal plan complete proteins. Complete proteins, these basically have all 9 essential amino acids. So a complete protein is going to have all essential amino acids, and when you eat that, your body is going to break that protein into those essential amino acids and use them in order to build muscle in the proper way. Now, there are proteins that do not have all these essential amino acids, so these are not complete proteins. And that means your body cannot use those properly in order to build muscle. So if I tell you, okay, get 20 grams of protein from only pasta versus getting 20 grams of protein from only, let's say, meat, any kind of meat. The protein from the meat is going to be a complete protein. It's going to have all essential amino acids. So therefore, you're going to use it better in order to build muscle. What are some sources that you can get? So complete proteins right now. Make sure you note them. So we've got whey protein, casein protein, eggs, and any kind of lean meat. Those are the most high quality proteins, all complete proteins. Then try to do high calorie snacks and increase the fats and have a structure. So let's take them one by one. So high calorie snacks. These can be things that you can make yourself. Things like, think of bulking shake that you can do, right? You add a bunch of ingredients, right? Milk, peanut butter, olive oil, ice, banana, cocoa powder, protein powder, all that stuff, right? So you make your own mass gainer shake, or you can have something like a combination of some ingredients. Let's say you have some nuts, some bananas, and a protein powder or a protein bar, right? So you eat those throughout the day and you add a few hundred calories on top of what you already eat. Try to increase the healthy fats. So that means whenever you eat something, try to add some healthy fats to it. Maybe add some olive oil. Maybe eat more avocado, maybe eat some salmon, all that stuff, because fats have the most calories per 1 gram. And then have a structure that's going to really help you to stick to it and to be consistent, right? So here's a sample program. This is a sample day of eating 3,000 calories, right? And these are random choices from my program. So the guys in there, they just have to pick the food that they like in order to get 3,000 calories. And they have everything in there. They don't have to track calories or anything like that. So meal number 1, you can have a strawberry bulking milkshake, right? 761 calories. Meal 2, you're going to have pasta with chicken, 713 calories. Snack 1, you're going to have a snack before your workout, let's say. Some peanuts, some banana and protein bar. Meal 3, 1 wrap. And snack number 2 is going to be chocolate peanut butter bulking shake. So in total, you're going to be around 3,000 calories. And if you can see yourself eating this, right? If you take a look at this and you see, it's pretty easy to eat this, then you're going to love the program. So click the first link in the description because you're going to love it. Okay, let's talk about recovery and supplements. Just keep it simple here. You don't want to overcomplicate anything. Recover before training again. So this basically means don't train if you are sore. That's it. If you are sore, wait. Don't train. Adjust the volume so that you're not sore when it's time to eat, when it's time to train again. Maybe do a little bit less sets, something like that. Do not be sleep deprived. And the easiest way you can do this is to go to sleep earlier, sleep more, right? Sleep more. I cannot tell you how many hours you need to sleep because that's different from person to person. But I would say some people can get away with 6, with 7. Some people need 8, 9, 10 hours, right? But try to sleep as much as you can. And for supplements, I just use creatine, whey protein powder, and that's it. I don't do mass gainer or other things like that. Just whey protein and creatine. You can definitely do some omega-3 fatty acids if you need omega-3 supplements and all that stuff. But I just keep it very, very simple. I don't want to overcomplicate this, right? And thank you for watching till the end. And my question to you right now is, why don't you just join my program? Because if you're consistently watching my videos until the end, this shows me that you are very serious about this. So if you're very serious about this, you don't want to miss out on gains, on things, on being consistent and all that stuff. And my number one question for you is, if you want to make sure 100% to have accountability, to have someone that you can ask questions, to have someone to support you, to have a community, and basically to ensure that you are going to make progress and you're going to stick with this and you're going to achieve this goal of bulking up, gaining weight, I highly recommend that you click the link in the description and you join my program, because there you're going to find a lot of people on the same path. You're going to find me every single day in there for you, for support, for everything that you need. So click the first link in the description right now and join.